So welcome to another edition of Cloud9's 10-minute demos. Today we're going to be looking at Dynamics 365 Customer Service, which is the core service desk module for Dynamics 365. We're going to start with how you would typically create a case. Now there's many different ways of doing this, but for this demo we're going to concentrate on creating a case from an email. This tends to be the most common for our customers. But we can also create cases manually, or we can also create them via our omni-channel options such as live chat, portals, or WhatsApp. And we've got another video that explains that, so please go and check that out if that's of interest. So back to our case, and this is how we create a customer service case to start the service journey in Dynamics 365. Dynamics, being a Microsoft product, will natively integrate with Outlook. So the difference you'll see is this little Dynamics pane over on the right hand side. And as inbound emails come in, that will give you the opportunity to create a case automatically from Outlook without having to go into Dynamics. It will also pick up who's part of that, so it will link to any existing contact and customer records that you have, and you can then create a case and start that journey within Dynamics. This, of course, can be automated, and Dynamics will look at particular mailboxes that you have set up, such as a support at or a help at mailbox, and then automatically create cases for you. How that will look from inside of Dynamics will be perhaps something like this. And here you can see all of your cases that have been raised, where they came from in terms of which origin, which customer they're for, some prioritization, which is configurable if you need to, and who owns it in terms of who and which agents in our business is looking after which case. You've also got graphical views everywhere you look. So if I wanted to look for just Jordan's cases, for example, I can click on those and I can see those automatically there. When I've got my cases, I can automatically apply what's called a routing rule. And this means that we can bypass the need for any manual intervention, as when a case is created, it can then be automatically assigned to a user. And this can be based on things such as which customer has raised it because they particularly like working with an agent, which product, or it could be based on the sort of round robin where every agent will be hopefully managing the same or similar amount of cases every time. If we look at what a case record might look like, we've got an example one here, and this is where you can store all of the information that's relevant about this customer service case, such as who it's for, which contact, where it came from, and what product you're looking to service. You can also see any recent cases, and most importantly, you can see a full timeline in the middle, which shows you all of the communications that have been had. As you saw from the beginning, these are natively integrated with Outlook. So you will see the emails here, such as the one that started this case down at the bottom. And we can also add more emails to send either manually or automatically from here. And we can also add phone call records as well. So this gives us a full audit of all the communications that are being had about this particular case. Copilot will also help us summarize. So as the timeline gets longer and longer, it will give us the highlights so we don't have to scroll all the way through that timeline here. Along the top, we've got a business process bar, and this enables us, which is a configurable piece of functionality, it enables us to put our customer service process into the Dynamics tool. So we can have different numbers of stages if we want to. We can have different numbers based on different types of cases or different contracts that we're servicing. And underneath each of those, we can have bits of information that needs to be captured, approval processes, or tick boxes based on resolution. So really great way of getting our process into the solution to make sure everybody's working in the same way. You've also got a number of these tabs along the top here. So this gives you the ability to see further history, further information. And again, with Dynamics, all of these are customizable and configurable. So you have the ability to change the words, change the lookups, and change the data that's presented based on your role and what's important to you. We can also manage SLAs as part of the case management. So here's just another example of how a user might see their cases. They might see a list of them down the side. They can toggle through, and in the middle they can see the summary, the details. But most importantly, we've got some timers here in terms of how quickly we want to resolve the solution for the client. So this can be based on our contracts and other things. AI is always trying to help. So on the right hand side, you have the Smart Assist. This is looking to help the agent with things such as suggested knowledge articles or similar cases based on the information that's in there. So it really helps the agents to go and find information to hopefully provide a better service. The system also has full knowledge-based capabilities. You can have as many different articles as you would like to, and these articles can be internally facing externally facing, or both. So they're helpful when providing self-service through things like a portal to your customer, or as we saw, linked to cases, which hopefully will help agents to support your customers better. The content can be created using Designer, it can be using HTML, and you can preview these in all of the different device types such as desktop, tablet, mobile, and so on. You can also create these in things like different languages if you want to, and you'll also have analytics showing you how many times they've been viewed and if there's any sort of rating associated to this knowledge base article. Behind all of your case management, you have entitlements. Entitlements are effectively the contract that you've agreed to provide a service to your customer. So each of the entitlements can be linked to a customer. You can have the same contract for many customers if you wish, or each customer can have their own contract. You have start and end dates, of course. You can link to particular SLAs if you would like to. And of course, here you can see that you can manage how much service you're actually providing. So for example, here we're setting this by number of cases, but you can also set it on number of time or number of hours that you spend. And I'm effectively allowing this customer to have up to 15 different cases in the given period. We can also link these entitlements to things like products. So perhaps this is just the product that we would actually service them for. If they raise anything else that relates to another product, then we won't be able to help them as part of this entitlement. And that can help the agent by blocking and by notifying them that actually we shouldn't be providing support for any given reason. We can also have full asset management inside of Dynamics 365 customer service as well. So we've got the entitlements, we've got our cases, and now we might actually want to track our history of cases and our history of service against particular assets that we manage for a customer. So if you think about IT service, that might be a piece of hardware, might be a laptop, or it might be a piece of machinery that you go out and service or remotely service for your customers. Again, we have a completely customizable data model. So we have lots of different drop downs that we can change, lots of different statuses. We can link these assets to different territories, to other assets, and to particular types of products. And behind the assets, we can see the service info. So again, a load of customizable information here, particular knowledge articles that might link to this asset. And of course, we can link particular warranties as well. So perhaps when we're selling something new, we can then put a warranty against that asset, which might be a free contract or a free piece of service that we might offer for a particular time. And then the best thing about Dynamics is all of this is rolling up into one place. So here we have our customer record. This is ADATUM as an example. We can see that in our business, Andrew looks after ADATUM, but we can see all of the contacts down here. We can see the timeline in the middle. So this is all of the communications that are being had with this particular business, whether it's at a case, whether it's on a sales side, and it's all rolling up into this account record. And then along the top, you can see all of the different record types. So opportunities with sales, projects, for example. But today, of course, we're focusing on customer service cases. So here we can see all of the cases that they might have raised. We can see who's looking after them. We can see the status when they were created. So that gives us that one single view of everything that's happening with this customer and all of the cases that they've managed. And of course, the solution wouldn't be complete without a ton of reporting. So we have our customer service insights that give us an understanding of things like trends. So whether there's decreases or increases in particular trends, if there's particular topics that we want to watch out for. So things that are happening on an ongoing basis, perhaps that's something that we need to look at a more strategic level. And of course, we've got a load of reports that are really simple and easy to use. You can filter based on how long you want to look at the duration, if it's a particular channel of case that come through, if it's a particular agent that might have be looking after them. And you can see all of the analytics here, things like incoming cases, volumes, where they came from, how many open cases that we have, and of course, CSAT scores. So out of 5, standard in Dynamics, what is the customer service trend and what is the feedback that we're receiving? So we can see we did particularly well in June, not so well in this particular month as well. And we've got some volume topics as well down at the bottom here. So again, just really providing a load of insights to help us make better business decisions moving forward. We can also drill into our information by agent as well. So again, as we said, looking at individual agents, giving us metrics on all of the people that we have, how many cases, how many still are open, how many have had to be escalated, and how many they've resolved. And that's everything for our demo today. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to find out more about Dynamics 365 customer service, please get in touch with us today.